Hi everyone, my name's Mad Matt Lugos and welcome to Mass Effect 1 from the Legendary Edition. So, if you've never watched one of my playthroughs before, I like to play single-player, story-focused games where we can take our time, explore, go a bit slower, focus on the story, the characters, the narrative, the lore, and all that good stuff. So, if I sound like someone you want to maybe come along on this epic sci-fi journey with, then I hope you join me for Mass Effect 1 and the whole Mass Effect trilogy as I play through them. So, before we start talking about anything to do with the game, these games are quite old, other than the Legendary Edition itself, so I need to tell you that this is a completely blind playthrough. I've never played any of the Mass Effect games before, and I'm surprisingly kind of oblivious as to what the whole story and the world and the characters are like. I'm in a kind of similar position that I was in to when I played the first Last of Us game, where I played it however many years, 7 years, 6 years after it came out. But I knew a few more spoilers about the early game in the Last of Us compared to this. I know very little, so I'll be upfront about what I do know. There's kind of three things I think that are like out of context, mild spoilers, I guess. First thing I know is that people get really invested in the romance options, I believe, in Mass Effect. So maybe there'll be really interesting, deep interactions with characters in the game. So maybe there's that, but I just know that people always talk about that, but I don't really know why or who or what the characters are like or anything like that. I guess one thing that could be considered a bit of a spoiler, I know that there was a bit of controversy around the third game for some reason, but I don't know why. It was just something that I know a lot of people didn't like, but again, I didn't kind of read past any of that when it came out. I just know that there's a bit of a controversy, maybe to do with the story or something in the third game, but I've got no context for it. The third thing, I guess, I know that people really like the blue chick. I guess she's just like a fan favorite character. She always pops up, like her picture always pops up on Twitter or in the occasional meme or whatever. But that's all I really know. That's it's really surprising how little I know about this universe. I've always been a bit like in my head. I always thought that this series, like each game, was like a 100-hour epic. So it was always a bit of a daunting thing to me to try and start playing it. But turns out I think each game is more in the like 20 to 40-hour mark, depending on how much you read, how much you explore, side quests, etc. So it's actually nowhere near as like daunting a trilogy to start. It's still going to be long, but you know what I mean. So in terms of who we're going to be playing or who we're going to be playing as, we're just going to jump in and I'll just explain it as I go, guys. So we're going to start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
Yes.
Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So I've played the opening like 15 minutes of the game because I've been kind of wanting to. I pre-created my character already, and I just wanted to see how, obviously, how the game captured for OBS and what the frame rate was like and all that kind of stuff. I still don't know if my head is in the way of any of the UI, so I might have to change where my big head is. So after testing both male and female Commander Shepards, I am going to be going with the female. I just preferred the voice actress. Not that John here was bad, but I much preferred female Commander Shepard. Just seemed a little bit more natural, a little bit more on the level, whereas I think male Shepard sounded a bit more authoritarian, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to be playing it as a female, and a custom
Please
one.
Log in to
So if you watched the part 0 for this series, I created a bunch of different ones, and I just wanted a bit of feedback. And after I got the feedback, I am going to be playing with my favorite choice, my original choice, which is I based a bunch of characters on some of my favorites, some from sci-fi, some from just other games. But there's a character called Amanita from Sense8, which is a sci-fi series on Netflix made by the Wachowskis. She's played by Freema Agyeman. I'll show you a picture here. So I'm going to base some of the backstory on to kind of tie it in with her a bit, but I've created a character that looks a bit like her, so we're going to call our character Amanita Shepard. So,
Warning. Data
yes.
corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
So I already know
Confirm pre-service history.
what background choices I'm going for, but I'll read through them all just so we can get a good idea of what our options were. So if we choose Spacer, that means both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. So this would mean we'd have like quite a nomadic military upbringing. We'd always be surrounded by military personnel, quite nomadic, always moving around. So we're kind of already entrenched in that lifestyle. So it was almost like we were born to be in the military if we pick Spacer. So colonist, you were born and raised on Mindwar, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Okay, so this would maybe tie into us having a bit of a chip on our shoulder, kind of a huge traumatic event happening in our teenage years, and decide maybe that we'd have... It doesn't say whether it was aliens, whether it was humans that raided Mindwar. I don't know if there are human pirates or anything. I know very little about the kind of background lore. So maybe we'd have be a bit wary of certain alien races, depending on who the slavers were. Okay, so we've got Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. So this would be kind of like a come from the bottom kind of story, because I'm getting the sense that people who are on Earth are kind of a bit below people who live in space. It seems like I don't really like Spacer because it sounds a bit elitist, I guess, or a little bit privileged, I guess. I'm not sure. I just don't like the sound of it. Kind of just like it sounds a little boring to me, Spacer. Colonist sounds okay, but I like the idea of Earthborn, and I'm going to tie that into my class choice as well. So yeah, we're going with Earthborn.
Confirm psychological profile.
Okay, so psychological profile. So we've got Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. Okay, so extreme, it's kind of vague, right? Trapped in an extreme survival situation, so I'm not sure. But that would again that's a bit traumatic, isn't it? So that's kind of a similar thing to the colonist one. A war hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this one too much. It's just so like in your face heroic. That's just not me. So I'm not necessarily going to be role playing as someone else, as you know, I'm playing someone who looks nothing like me, but I'm still going to be kind of just going with my own feel and my own decisions most of the time, unless I think something specifically ties into our backstory. Again, we've got Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure isn't an option, the military always goes to you first. Okay, so this is kind of like a cutthroat professional, right? Get the job done at any cost. I imagine if we're in the military, that means even at the cost of someone's life, right? So the one I'm going for. I'm going to go for Soul Survivor. Like I said, I don't particularly like the War Hero story. I imagine this Ruthless might tie into Earthborn, right? Because if we need to get away from Earth, we might need to we might be motivated to get promoted at any cost, so that we never have to face the prospect of going back to Earth. Maybe that's what I'm getting a sense of. But I don't want to be that kind of. I like the idea of tying Earthborn into Soul Survivor. The idea that, right, we got away from Earth, we got away from our kind of life of petty crime, and we saw the military as like an escape, as like a positive thing to escape to. And then when this happened and the mission went horribly wrong, it was the realization, maybe for our character, that it doesn't matter where you go, you know, you still have to overcome bad things in your life. It's not just a case of getting away from Earth and then you're living in like some angelic, peaceful place. There's danger everywhere, and I'm gonna tie that into our Earthborn story, and that this mission was when we kind of really learned the hard way that life is hard everywhere, not just on Earth. So we're going with Soul Survivor.
Military specialization.
Okay, so we'll read all these first. I know I'm going to pick, but we might as well. Okay, so Soldier. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Okay, so that's like a tank, right? Just firepower. So we've got Engineer. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Okay, so kind of like a disrupting class and a support class as well, so we can damage their defense and we can heal our own soldiers. Okay, so an adept. Oh, this is another thing that I forgot to say that's a bit of a spoiler. So I know I've heard of a biotic before, purely because of XCOM 2. So because I play a lot of XCOM 2 when I get the chance, when I'm not recording and stuff, if I get the chance to play, and I play with like millions of mods, and one of the class mods you could get that was called a biotic, and I didn't really know what it was, but I knew it was like a kind of almost like a psionic, somewhere between a psionic class and like a psychic class in XCOM, and it's based on this, it turns out. So I think a few optional classes are based on Mass Effect stuff in XCOM in the modding community that I've maybe been using and never even realized it was from Mass Effect. So adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. So I don't think this necessarily suits our backstory, being from Earth. I'm kind of thinking Earth is still quite grounded, not maybe as advanced with all the alien technologies as perhaps some of the colonies are. Okay, so we've got Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. So this is long range sniper rifles. I do like the sound of sniper rifles, but interesting. So we've got a Sentinel. I think this is like a mixed class. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. Okay, no special weapon training, so that sounds like a pure support class, like pure support with biotics and tech, with kind of no aggressive options. So Vanguards. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. Okay, so my initial thoughts were, when I first read through these, I'm not going to go for Soldier, because I don't think my ability to shoot is going to be great. I am going to be trying to play on mouse and keyboard a bit, but if I don't like it too much, I'm going to switch back to controller. But My initial thought was I might pick Vanguard, just because it sounds like a nice mix, and I like shotguns. But then I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll try and tie it into loosely basing my character build on Amanita. And in Sense8, she's kind of really good with technology, really good with hacking and computers. And because we're Earthborn, I'm thinking maybe biotics aren't as much of a thing on Earth. Maybe Earth's still more a bit behind with technology. So based on that, I'm going to go for engineer. So the idea that we're like a tech specialist on Earth, that's how we kind of got by on Earth. We were always tinkering, fiddling with technology, and biotics weren't really something we were aware of. So I'm going to try and tie that into our backstory, and we're going to pick
Confirm
engineer.
facial identification.
So we are going to go with custom class. So I've got my preset here for Amanita. Let's get that copied over. Okay, so she has like blue, purple, and black dreadlocks in the series, but obviously I can't do that. This is as close as I could get. I think it still kind of ties in a little bit with that more, having shorter hair in the military, I guess, is a bit more appropriate, kind of just a bit less hassle, I suppose. And I left a few scars on because, life, petty crime on Earth, we're bound to have been in a few scraps, right? So yeah, that's our character, that's Amanita.
Profile reconstruction complete.
I like it a lot. So yeah, Amanita Shepard, Earthborn, sole survivor, engineer class, we're going.
Identification confirmed.
So, combat difficulty, I tend to play games on hard where I can. I would, if it was a melee combat style game like Sekiro or Ghost of Tsushima, I'd play on as high a difficulty as possible. Because it's shooting, I'm just going to go on hard. I guess in veteran is hard, right? Auto level up, I don't know. Level scaling, I don't know. You guys have to tell me about this. I don't know if I can change this post starting the game. But I'm just going to go with the default, which is legendary mode. Squad power usage, we might be able to change this. Subtitles on, autosave on. And I've not played any tutorials yet. I'll tell you where I've played up to once we start. Okay, we're going. Let's see the intro.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Doesn't have one. She was raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. They called it Mass Effect.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1,500K.
1,500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Yep, move the mouse to highlight a reply. Yep, conversation wheel. Okay, so I don't know if I agree or disagree, but you should just be getting on with your job, mate. So I kind of want to say cut the chatter. You're overreacting.
You always expect the worst.
Well, bad feelings are an occupational hazard. But we don't go anywhere unless there's a good reason, so what are we doing here?
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Yeah, you made him mad, dude. Yeah, I heard.
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Okay. Now, I forgot to mention, but the only problem that I've got is to do with the codex. So the codex, weirdly, is narrated, and there's no way to turn him off. So, because this is a recorded playthrough, I tend to read everything that I can, and I want to be able to talk like mid-read sometimes if something's interesting. I don't want to just have to listen to the robotic voice guy. So it's only the primary entries.
Roughly 1,200 years ago,
I mean, so what the plan is, guys, you have to let me know if this is like sacrilege, but I'm going to mute the game so that I can read these myself. Oh no, I can read it myself. I just have to close that when I select it.
The systems.
Oh, that's helpful. So I'm gonna read it myself. Okay, so before we go and talk to anybody, we're kind of being really thrown in here, so I need to get a bit of a sense of the history of the world. The intro said that there was a discovery on Mars in 2148. I have got my notepad here in case I need to write something down. So let's read our personal history first. These aren't narrated, thankfully. But yeah, let me know if it's sacrilege not to listen to that guy, but I don't know, he kind of had like a robot radio voice, so I don't want to listen to that for like 40 hours of the game. Right, so you were born on Earth, but you never knew your parents. A child of the streets, you learned to live by your wits and guts, surviving in the hidden underbelly of the megatropolises of humanity's homeworld. Eager to find a better life, you joined the Alliance military when you came of age. You volunteered for an expedition to Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, your patrol find the settlement intact, but no survivors. At nightfall, the Thresher Moors struck, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. Okay, so what, the Thresher Moors, were they like living underground maybe, then the humans never knew about them? And we're the only survivor. So I guess that kind of makes us feel a bit lucky, right? So rather than us being like a kind of out and out hero or out and out kind of like ruthless professional like the other one, we were just kind of in the right place at the right time. I like to read that as. Okay, so humanity and the Systems Alliance. Okay, so this is perfect. This is a timeline. Okay, so I haven't read any of this. I refuse to even read that little Star Wars like text intro thing. So it does seem like the game has they're kind of taking influence from a lot of the big sci-fi series and films and combining it all together, because there are hints of kind of Star Trek, right? A bit of Star Wars, a bit of other stuff. Like growing up, I watched a lot of Star Trek Voyager with my dad and Stargate SG-1 with my dad. I was never a big Star Wars fan, and I'm still not. I think I watched it too late. I watched Star Wars when I was like a cynical 16-year-old. And it just didn't resonate with me. I have watched them all and I have enjoyed them to a degree, but I'm not like a huge fan. Okay, that just cost me a subscriber or two. Right, so 2069. Armstrong Outpost at Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna. It's formally founded on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. Okay, on Luna? On the moon? Yeah? 2103, Lowell City in Eos Casma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. Okay, so there was already space exploration before this big discovery. 2137, Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. Did I misread it? It said 21... Yeah, 2148 for Mars. Okay, so we already had reasonably advanced space travel before this discovery. Okay. Construction of Gagarin Station Jump Zero begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. Wow, okay. On the edge of our solar system. 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins at Prometheus Planum on Mars. Okay, so an alien species, their ruins. Translation of Prothean data leads humans to the Charon... God, I don't know how to pronounce any of this. I imagine we'll get filled in. Charon Mass Relay. Charon Mass Relay. Systems Alliance founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. Okay. – 2151. A shipping accident at Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust form element 0. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. 2152. Roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after element 0 exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world. The planet Demeter? Okay, so this is the first settlement outside of our solar system. 2154, Commander Shepard is born. Okay. 2155, Systems Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as a headquarters. 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic... Oh, so this is where the biotics come from, telekinetic abilities. 2157, Turians encounter human explorers. First Contact War. Occupation and liberation of the human colony Shangxi. Shangji? That's a Chinese word. Shanxi, yeah? So the Turians occupied the human colony. Is that what you're saying? 2158. Humans learn potential of biotics. An international effort to track element 0 exposures begins. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic ability. Okay, so I was wrong with that, saying that being from Earth meant no biotics. That's the opposite, I guess, but fair enough. 2160. Systems Alliance Parliament formed. 2165. Humans establish embassy on Citadel. What is that? 2170. Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Mindwar. Okay, so that was one of the optional backstories. 2176. Skylian Blitz. Pirates and slavers attacked Elysium, the human capital in the Skylian Verge. 2177. Thresher Moors devoured the alien Alliance colony of Akuz. So how old would we have been then? 2154. Okay, so we were 23 when the big thing happened on Akuz. 2178. In retaliation for the Skylian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfan. Okay. God, there's a lot to absorb here. And the current date is 2183, which makes us, what, 30... Oh, no. God, so we're 29? Okay, and we're a commander. We're 29, right? Yeah. Okay.
Rough.
Be quiet. Right. Okay, so the Alliance symbol had 3 stars on it. So does that mean the Alliance is made up of 3 races? Okay, so it's not been very long since the humans have made first contact and immediately resulted in a war, so that's not good, right? So, roughly 1200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. Turians, Americans. Sorry. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. Okay, so kind of soldier race, I guess. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence, and the Asari for diplomacy, despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy. The ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other 2 races were ever removed. Okay, so council races, we've got Turians, we've got Asari. Why aren't these capitalized? Such disrespect. And the Solarians, Asari, and Turians. Okay. So the Turians kind of don't really respect, I'm guessing, the Solarians and the Asari, but they understand their purpose, so they keep them around. But they see the rest of the universe, I guess, as places where they could settle. So I don't know what that means for humans. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There's lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the 2 species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations. Okay, so it doesn't say that the humans are part of the council. I'm not sure. Okay, humanity and the Systems Alliance. Okay, the Systems Alliance is an independent, supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. Okay, so like a worldwide kind of government that represents everyone. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planet... Is that what that says? Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. Yeah, kind of seen like a kind of... just something that doesn't really have any real power until they were really needed. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and became the galactic face of humanity. Interesting. Right. Okay, so we've got a brief kind of timeline. We've been spacefaring since, what was it, 2069? So, like, 120-ish years. We discovered the Turian stuff, or the Prothean. It was Prothean, wasn't it, actually? A Prothean stuff. When was that? 2040... 2148 or whatever it was. So we've been aware of other species outside of our solar system for around almost 50 years, so not long at all, really. So we've got a journal. Okay, so we need to go and speak to Captain Anderson. Yes. No assignments just yet. And the squad, we've not got a squad. The squad screen lets you view your team's talents. Mouse over a talent or its rank to view it. Click on a talent to spend a talent point to gain a rank in it. As you gain levels, you will acquire talent points and unlock higher ranks. Well, we've got 3 points already. Let's not spend these just yet. I need to have a think. Okay, so we've got pistols, basic armor, decryption, hacking, electronics, damping, first aid, medicine, engineer, charm, and intimidate. Okay, increases our pistol damage and accuracy. We need 6 points in pistols before we can get this. Decryption. Omnigel. I'm going to read these later. And our oh, this is our squad. Okay, so there are Paragon and Renegade meters. Okay. Okay. Let's go and talk to some people.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
So this alien on board is called a Spectre, and people like the guy on the bridge, the pilot, he doesn't like him. Seems like everyone else, this guy here as well, isn't pleased about his presence here. Hello there, friend.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run.
Yes.
You heading down to see the captain?
Yeah, I heard you arguing with your friend on the comms.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Okay, so we're heading under false pretenses, it seems. What do you mean?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge?
Right.
And there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
So officially, we're here on the ship testing out this new stealth technology. But he knows that Spectres only come for like really high importance missions. What are these stealth systems?
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
I mean, it sounds pretty logical, right? If this is just like a technology test run, yeah, then you wouldn't need all this extra staff and a special operative. So, a cover for what?
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Fair enough, dude. What about the captain, though?
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, man. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Okay. Yeah, definitely sounds like a cover-up. We've got the Spectre, we've got this captain guy, who's too important to be on a run like this. What do you know about this Turian?
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Runs in the family, like prejudice is like a genetic trait. Okay, so I mean we're not too far away from the First Contact War, right? There would still be tensions even if we are meant to be on the same side on the surface. So there would still be lingering hatred, I suppose. But it was a long time ago, mate.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Yeah, fair enough. He's not like he could go rogue at any time if he's got objectives that are his own. He's not answerable to us. There was another dialogue option there, right?
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Plus he's a Spectre.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Alright, we don't get that option again, fair enough. Alright, I'll try and look into it, yeah?
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Thank you. Now, I don't know if him disliking Turians means we can count this as our first encounter with an evil bald guy. I don't think we can. But it's kind of a running theme throughout games where all white bald guys generally behave in an evil way. And I have squandered my opportunity to play as like a good bald guy because I'm playing as a female. But evil bald guy number 1.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Okay, so not everyone's suspicious. Hello there.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal.
Yeah.
Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Yeah, Doctor's right. You don't just want action, right? That's going to end with people dying. The Doctor's right.
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Yeah, it's just another mission. Don't treat it any differently.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
This is a terrible attitude for a soldier, right? Don't play the hero.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Alright. That sounded a bit harsh, but he was being a bit silly. Alright, Nihilus.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
Okay, so he's dangerous. Yeah, this guy. He's going to get someone killed being like overeager like this. What can you tell me about the Spectres in general?
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups.
Right.
Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Right, so they're kind of like a 000 agent, right? They're like a James Bond kind of thing where they're a law unto themselves in a lot of ways. Like not a rogue operative, but almost like an independent operative. Almost, they're given that license. Okay, do we have any? Are there any human Spectres?
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
Those are bad memories, dude. It's not something I necessarily want to chat about like it was glorious.
I try not to think about Akuz.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander.
Yeah.
Was there something else you needed?
The Spectres do sound quite dangerous then.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
You can't.
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand.
Okay.
At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers.
Right.
The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Just sounds like a giant boys club, doesn't it? Like, keep it within the circle. Everyone yeah, commands themselves. Like self-policing. It'd be very easy for something like that to become corrupt, right? Right, so we're going to Eden Prime.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins?
Oh, right.
What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution.
Okay.
My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Okay, so Eden Prime. That's very peaceful. And he's kind of saying that it's a bit boring, so it's like a bit strange that we'll be going there if there's kind of nothing there besides the settlement. So why are we even going there?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Oh, dude, just stop being so, like, desperate for action. This guy. Alright, that's all we've got. Jenkins, you just chill out for a minute. Doctor, maybe, like, give him some Valium or something.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okay, we picked up a codex entry. Let's check that out. Ships and vehicles. Humanity and the Systems Alliance. Okay.
Spectre.
Right. Which one did we already read?
Humanity. The Systems Alliance.
Yeah, we read about the Systems Alliance. Okay.
Humanity's first contact with...
Right, be quiet. Right, humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered. A practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked, One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and, to date, only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defences, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet under Admiral Castany Drescher launched a strong counter-offensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilised for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the first contact war was ended with a diplomatic solution. So, okay, it doesn't sound like much of a war, does it? It sounds like a kind of more of a skirmish. And each time it wasn't like an even fight. It was always like they had the Turians had the advantage, kicked out the humans. Humans came back with even more, kicked the Turians out, and then it was resolved before the Turians stamped all over the humans. Okay, so Spectres. Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance and only answer to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done, one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy, as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicised. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but it makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation. Right. So that's another race then, the Krogans? So we've got Krogans, Turians... Asari and Solarians, just. Okay. Right, so ships and starship sensors. Light lag prevents sensing in real time at great distances. A ship firing its thrusters at the Karan relay can be easily detected from Earth, 5.75 light hours, 6 billion kilometers away. But Earth will only see the event 5 hours and 45 minutes after it occurs due to the light speed limit. Defenders can't see enemies coming until they've already arrived because there is FTL travel and communications but no FTL sensors. Frigates are crucial for scouting and picket duties. Okay. Passive sensors are used for long-range detection, while active sensors obtain short-range, high-quality targeting data. Passive sensors include visual, thermographic, and radio detectors that watch and listen for objects in space. A powered ship emits a great deal of energy. The heat of the life support systems, the radiation given off by power plants and electrical equipment, the exhaust of the thrusters, starships stand out plainly against the near absolute zero background of space. Passive sensors can be used during faster than light travel, but incoming data is significantly distorted by the effects of the mass effect envelope and Doppler shift. Active sensors are radars and high-resolution LADARs? Laser detection and ranging. Okay. And emit a ping of energy and listen for return signals. LADARs, I know I'd understand some pronunciations if I listened to the guy, which we can't do for this anyway, but fine. LADARs have a narrower field of view than radar, but LADAR's resolution always allows images of detected objects to be assembled. Active sensors are useless when a ship is moving at faster than light speeds. Okay, so we've got faster than light travel as well. Okay, so there's something up here. Galaxy map. Only the commanding officer may specify a destination for the Normandy. Okay, so we have to go and talk to the captain, who's got Nihilus with him. Hey there, buddy. That wasn't really a very good salute. How's your salute? See, man, I'm just going to say Americans just for the sake of it, but like, it's nowhere. They don't know how to salute. Like, it's supposed to be like long way up, short way down. Americans just kind of go like that, right? Okay, where's the captain? Hello there, Nihilus.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Okay. Where's Captain Anderson?
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I wouldn't know, I've never been.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Let's not be confrontational. Is that a threat? Why are you asking? Have you got reason to believe it's under threat, or are you just probing it, or...?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place.
Fair enough.
Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
Okay.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Yeah, that much is obvious, dude.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
Yeah, you should have told me.
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Okay, Prothean, that's what the humans discovered on Mars. Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Right.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Okay, so this makes it a little bit of a problem, right? Because if this is something important for the Council, then they might want to, the Nihilists in particular, the Turians might want to take it off us. So there's already a bit of a conflict of interest here. Why did we tell the Council?
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Like hell he is. I don't know. Evaluate me? Why?
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
So I meant to say earlier, the only where I played up to in my testing was I spoke to the bald guy who we spoke to after we came from the bridge, who said that hatred for the Turians ran in his family. That's the only bit I've played up to. Everything after that is new. Everything after that is new, so I've not played up to this bit or anything. So you put my name forth, Nihilus.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Okay. That's fair enough. Captain, do you think this is a good idea?
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Okay, so I'm guessing... I don't know if I should always choose an option on the from the 3 options on the right first or not. Obviously, if word has gotten out about this beacon, some other people are going to be here to try and claim it, I'm guessing. Okay, so Protheans.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Okay, so... like, pretty much all of the species that exist in space then, humans, Turians, and everyone else, kind of, none of us are here by merit. We're all kind of leeching off of the Protheans' technology, which is fascinating, right? We're kind of like technological scavengers, right? Eden Prime.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Okay, so I guess that makes it a target as well then. And what about the beacon? Do we know anything more specific about it?
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Whose hands would they be, Captain?
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
Like, this isn't the kind of questions you'd ask. These aren't the kind of questions you'd ask as a commander, right? This wouldn't inspire confidence. What's the Terminus system? But we need to find out, so. Terminus systems?
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Okay, covert. So I don't know if all Turians are as big as this guy. Okay, that's all the extra information. Let's do it.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
They've been attacked.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
What is that?
Take us in, Joker. Fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Got a bad feeling about Jenkins, man, I gotta be honest. I think he's toast.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Silas, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Can we trust him, Captain?
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our side. He wants you in the Spectre, and he wants that beacon.
Right, he can count on us then.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We'll take him at his word.
Approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
Wow, I have absolutely no idea how the combat works in this game.
God, what happened here?
Oh,
Like smoke and death.
I just skipped something. I didn't mean to.
Eden Prime will never be the same again.
Okay. Sniper rifle, shotgun. This. No, is that a shotgun? Pistol. Okay. I am blocking the hood. I don't think that's too important. Sorry, I have a tendency to look around. What the hell are these things?
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Okay. So we can leave them alone. I have turned motion blur off, so shouldn't be anything too jarring. We'll leave these gas bags alone. Unless they gravitate towards us.
What happened here?
I hope I didn't skip anything important. Oh, to switch weapons for my squad. Oh man, this is so complicated. Okay, that's a sniper rifle, so when I draw, they draw. Okay, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to the combat here. Oh. Jenkins. Oh, I like this sniper rifle.
I think we got him, Commander.
Where's Jenkins? Oh, dude. Oh, he's dead.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
He deserves a burial.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
I don't like that I can see the Paragon score things. I wish it just kind of operated in the background. We don't need to bother shooting these things. Medigel is needed to heal injured squad members. Omnigel can be used to bypass decryption, electronics challenges. Both can be acquired by defeating enemies and opening containers. Press V to use Medigel to heal your squad. We've got 4 left. Okay. We don't need to attack these things and waste. I don't know if we've got like an ammo count.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the base.
Okay. I did have level ups, didn't I? I think we'll be alright without them. I'll use them when I've got a better idea of what combat's like. You use left shift to issue orders to your squad, or use Z to attack your target. Okay. So we can... Z is... Q or E to send a squad mate ahead. Okay. Dude, you go on. Come on, dude. I don't know if we're gonna like discover like chests. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm actually okay with the camera being locked when we have the gun out. I don't mind the mouse and keyboard too much here. Just more Medigel, perfect. We're both at full health. Is that the person from the video message? Oh. Oh, they're all robots. Oh! Yeah, get out of there. Okay, these guys are serious. I don't know if we can take cover. I don't think it's sticky cover. Dude, I want the sniper rifle.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams.
Ashley.
212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
You alright?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
What happened to the rest of the unit? Are they all dead?
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Don't blame yourself.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth?
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
Okay.
They must have come for the beacon.
Yeah.
The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Okay, so the Geth are maybe a robotic race, a sentient, like a artificially intelligent, maybe. Yeah, join us. Take us there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
Yeah, who are the Geth, though?
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were
Quarians,
supposed
okay.
to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile.
Fascinating.
Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Fascinating. So they're limited AI, so they're not necessarily sentient, but they are dangerous. What about the beacon?
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon.
Yep.
Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
Did the scientists survive?
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Okay, let's hope. What about before the attack?
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen Nihilus?
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
There's still a chance Nihilus isn't on our side. I guess we just have to remain neutral until we learn more information. Right, let's go, Williams.
Move out!
Right, new squad member. More new codex entries. Press escape to go to the squad screen and spend talent points for new squad members. Okay, we should... Okay. So this is us. We've got 3 points. Let's have a look at the other people. So we've got Kaiden and Lenko. He's got 2 points. What class is he? Do we know what classes they are? A soldier and a sentinel. What's a sentinel? Special training allows sentinels to use tech and biotics more efficiently than other classes. Okay, he's got a point in decryption and throw. God, this is so overwhelming, dude. Oh, can we run around without the helmets? Does it affect our armor? I'd much prefer us to have... So if... Hang on. Yeah. We'd look loads better without the helmets. Does that change a stat? Have we got like an armor stat? Ashley? Okay. A bit pouty. Alright. Yeah, let's take the helmets off. I'm down for that. Okay, Ashley's a soldier class. So she's a frontline warrior, so we should really just buff her her armor and her damage, I guess. She's got 2 points, so I feel like we should put one into assault rifles. Overkill allows long bursts of assault rifle fire without overheating. Sure. And let's give her some more armor because she's like a frontline soldier. Okay. And then Kaiden. Was it Kaiden or Kaiden? I think it was Kaiden, wasn't it? Kaiden. So sentinels to use tech and biotics. So mass effect field that can absorb a massive amount of damage. So that's like a defensive ability. So maybe we give him that. Adds a biotic barrier to your shield that absorbs damage but cannot block attacks that bypass shields. And this reduces cooldowns and increases damage with pistols. Okay, and bigger damage from grenades and stuff, so let's give him that. And then our points, which are more important, I suppose. Okay, so decryption. So I think we need to put a point into first aid. Tech resistance, charm, okay. Charm options in conversations will be grayed out if you don't have high enough skill rank. New skill ranks will unlock when you become a Spectre, and as you earn Paragon points and Renegade points. Okay, so that ties into gameplay. Interesting. That I don't know, because like I've obviously picked a few Renegade options already, but they just seem to fit in the context. I'm not going to try and just pick one or the other, but I guess you'd need to do that if you really wanted to lean into your charm or intimidates. Okay, so it's important to keep people alive, so I think we should increase squad healing, increase our pistols. Yeah, let's go 1 in first aid to all wounded squad members. Okay, so that's like a mass heal, that's useful. We specialise in pistols, although we can use everything else, I think. And decryption. Increases the amount of Omnigel recovered. Let's use decryption skill to open secure objects and grants the sabotage ability. Increases the... let's put one into decryption. Okay, I'm happy with that. And we've got a bunch of codex entries, but it's probably not the right time to read them. Okay guys, no helmets, so if you get shot in the head, I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that it's purely cosmetic. Okay, let's check out some of these bodies.
At the far end of this trench.
Just take them all. Light armor. Okay, let's just take it. No, that's not the right button. Right, how's everyone doing for health? Everyone's... Well, we could do with a heal, right? I've forgotten how to use my medikit. Well, that's not what I meant. Okay, I don't know all the controls as of now. No, stay there. Okay, I'll figure all this out as we go. Okay, run to the cover. Enter cover by moving up to the rock with your weapon drawn. Okay, there is sticky cover. Move to the edge of the cover. Yep. Got you. We should try and use our pistol a bit because that's our specialization. Okay. Approaching a low object will make you crouch and take cover behind it. Crouching improves weapon stability and aim. I think he's too far away for this. Oh gee. Oh, Ashley! Ashley, you need to move. Let's flank him. Okay, we need to heal. I've forgotten the inputs. Key bindings, heal, heal, heal. V, that was it. Okay, objective. Where are we going? I don't know what all of this is. Well, let's just take all of it. Dig site. Here we go.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Oh, right. Any survivors?
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard.
Okay.
There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Oh god, I'm really overwhelmed. Right, the map. So Nihilus said he was, yeah. Okay. No assignments. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to have to end the episode there. This is like maximum length for an episode. Let's make a new save. My schedule for the series will be up and running on Monday. That is 2 videos a day, Monday to Friday, 1 on Saturday, Sunday, in case I miss any episodes, will go up then. It's on my channel page anyway. So yeah, that is the start of Mass Effect. Everything's quite... We haven't got very far, but you know, I like to read everything. So we've got our little squad. Jenkins died as I expected he would. But that's not funny, but it was telegraphed a little bit. Okay, so this is my Commander Shepard, Amanita, and we'll continue with trying to get the beacon and save any people here from the Geth in the next episode. So let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you've enjoyed episode 1 of Mass Effect, and I will see you in the next episode. Just remember, everybody, never trust and uncrate. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.